Domino's Pizza NFL on NBC Halftime Report. Brought to you by Domino's Pizza. Domino's, delivering a million smiles a day.
And we welcome those of you who have been watching Jacksonville and Pittsburgh. I'm Greg Gumbel along with Chris Collinsworth and Sam Weiss. Let's run down the scores for you, beginning with the game that you're watching from Three Rivers Stadium, where the Jaguars are leading the Steelers 10-0. Chris Collinsworth sitting here wondering what's on the Steelers' mind. Cordell Stewart, 7 of 14, 76 yards, a pick, and a fumble.
I have absolutely no idea what the Pittsburgh Steelers are doing here. They are a running football team. Jacksonville has not been able to stop them, not the first time they played, not today in this football game. They should never let the defense dictate to them what they're doing. Jerome Bettis is their star, not Cordell Stewart. You've got to get the ball in the hands of Jerome Bettis. Let him take over this game in the second half. Still plenty of time.
All right, Chris, we hate it when Chris is confused around here. In the NFC Central, big game between Minnesota and Tampa. This game is scoreless in the third quarter, the Vikings and the Bucs. At Seattle, the Seahawks have come back to take an 18-14 lead on the Raiders behind 2 touchdown passes, Sam, by Warren Moon.
One to Brian Blades and one to McKnight in the second quarter. But the real story to me is on the other side of the ball. The Oakland Raiders, Napoleon Kaufman ran in for a touchdown, his 5th 50-yarder or more this season. That's unheard of.
All right, Sam, in Arizona, the Tennessee Oilers with a 20-0 lead on the Cardinals at halftime. Steve McNair has gone 35 yards for a touchdown run. And in San Diego, 4 Greg Davis field goals has the Chargers on top of the Colts early in the second half. At Buffalo today, the Broncos and the Bills went to overtime. The Broncos won it, but it wasn't easy. Mike Shanahan hoping his team was ready to play after their delayed trip from snowbound Denver. 3-0 Denver in the second. Terrell Davis takes it up the middle, 9 yards in the score. He went over 200 yards rushing today. Denver led 10-0. They led 13-0 in the second. Todd Collins' pass deflects off Thurman Thomas. Keith Traylor intercepts and goes 62 yards, and Denver was looking pretty good with a 20-0 lead. But Buffalo changed quarterbacks and came back. By the time the fourth quarter rolled around, it was 20-10. Alex Van Pelt, on in relief of ineffective Todd Collins, puts it up. Quinn Early comes down with it, 31 yards. 20-17. Steve Christie from 55 yards out, 2 seconds to play, ties the game at 20. They go to overtime. 2 minutes left in the OT. Jason Elam from 33 yards out, and the Broncos escape with the victory, 7-1. The Broncos on the season. Meanwhile, Terrell Davis's 42 carries, the 4th most in NFL history for a game, and Davis takes over the lead in the NFL in rushing, 175 yards ahead of Barry Sanders. In Philadelphia, the Eagles came back late to beat the Dallas Cowboys today, 13-12. Steady rain falling on Barry Switzer and everybody else at the Vet. Bad news for the Cowboys. First quarter, Troy Aikman sacked by Willie Thomas, hit in the head by Jimmy Jones, left the game with a strained neck and mild concussion and did not return. 12-6 Dallas in the fourth, less than a minute to play. Rodney Peete to rookie tight end Chad Lewis, 8-yard touchdown. The point after, which is not always so certain, was good for the Eagles today. They win it 13-12, and the Cowboys struggle.
And you know, Rodney Pete's the only guy that I know that works less than we do. We kind of sit around here till halftime. We do about 3 minutes. Rodney Peete went 3.5 quarters of the game for the 2nd consecutive week. And then, oh, by the way, last couple minutes, I'll go ahead and win the football game. It's been amazing.
You have such a way with words.
Thank you very much.
At the Meadowlands, the New York Giants come up winners today over the Bengals, 29-27. Jim Fossil's crew looking for their 5th straight win. They led by 8, less than 2 minutes to play. 29-21, second and goal. Jeff Blake on the quarterback keeper. Watch him stretch for the end zone and get there. And the Giants' lead is down to 29-27. 2-point attempt. Blake's pass is picked off in the end zone by Jason Sehorn. 7 straight losses for the Cincinnati Bengals. The Giants improved to 6-3. That's a pretty good story.
It is. And Chris Collinsworth may not know what the Pittsburgh Steelers are doing, but Jim Fossil knows what the New York Giants are doing. I tell you, this guy is really doing a tremendous job. Needs a little bit more conversation about what he's doing in New York. The move that he made with Dave Brown and going with Danny Cannell, 5-1 when Danny Cannell either starts or plays in that first half.
And the Giants are riding a 5-game winning streak in Washington. Baltimore has beaten the Redskins 20-17, the score there. In New Orleans, the Saints shut out for a 2nd straight week. The Niners did it today, 23-0. And in St. Louis, Kansas City moves to 6-2 on the year with a 28-20 win over the Rams. This reminder coming up after football tonight, Game 7 of the World Series, the Cleveland Indians and the Florida Marlins. The pitching matchup, Al Leiter versus Jarrett Wright. Now, Wright is the 21-year-old for Cleveland who was in the minor leagues on opening day, and as the season closes, he lives the dream, pitching in Game 7 of the World Series. Chris's dream, too. We'll send you back to Pittsburgh for the second half after these messages and news headlines from your local station.